Good hello, welcome to my modded Mass Effect stream. This is my first time playing with most of these mods. The only ones I have used before is the ALOT graphics mod, a lot of textures, and the MEIUTM mod, also for textures. So the rest of them we'll discover together. I have played through the series before. Please don't give any spoilers to anyone, just in case they haven't played through it. But yeah, I will be playing through this and experiencing some of these mods. If you want a full list of all the mods I'm using, they are in the description below. There's a link to a document there. There's also directly in the description some of the mods that I consider, based on descriptions of what they do, vital for anyone's playthrough of Mass Effect, as they fix various bugs or just give general improvements to times of loading and things like that. But without further ado, I have, as you can see, there is a resume button. I was testing just up until partway through the introductory mission to make sure the mods were compatible with one another, as well as one particular mod which is called Saren Stages. I won't give too much description of what it does, but based on dialogue seen throughout the game, it's obvious that a particular character is meant to evolve a little bit more than they do. That mod actually gives those visual changes to the character as they go through, so I wanted to test and make sure that it was functioning correctly. So I played through until that point, just to make sure everything was working, and as well as the graphics. And so we'll start a new game here. And you might
Welcome
find
to
times
Alliance military
with loading.
Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Right, so I'm going to create a... Oh, and there's also existing ID, because in the past I have played through Mass Effect before. Now, when I first played Mass Effect, it was on the Xbox 360 with its initial release, and I played all the way through the trilogy on Xbox 360. Since then, I have played the first game, I don't know how many times at this point. The second game a lot. The third game, however, I've managed to completely play through only twice. Once on Xbox 360 when it first came out, and once recently in the Legendary Edition. So I will start to get achievements, because this is the original release of the thing. Partway through the third game. The reason for that is that I attempted to play through it a couple of years ago on PC when I decided to switch from Xbox to PC gaming, and about halfway through Mass Effect 3, my solid state drive crashed, and uh, I lost everything on my C drive. Um, was unrecoverable, and I didn't really. It sort of upset me to a point where I couldn't bring myself back to play through it again for quite a long time until the recent release of the Legendary Edition. Um, so the the mods for Mass Effect 3, when we do get to there, I have played with Expanded Galaxy mod before, um, but it was a much earlier version than what exists now, so I only know little bits of what it's going to do. I'm looking forward to the changes they've made since when we reach that point. Before then, we've still got Mass Effect 1 and 2 to get through. So let's create a new character. No, that's the wrong button for creating a new character.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
Now let's click the right one, new character, and we're going to do. I've somewhat been undecided on this part whether to go male shep or fem shep. I like both. I think I'll probably go male, primarily because there is a mod I've put in that improves some of the things that were an issue with one of the male shep romances, and so I think I might want to experience that. So I'm going to go with a male ship for that
Please
reason.
log in to access your
As
profile.
for name, we can go with just the standard Angal, I think.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
Okay, so Spacer, both of your parents were in the Alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. Colonist, you were born and raised on Mindwar, a smaller colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided Mindwar, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted with the military a few years later. Or Earthborn, you were an orphan raised on the streets of a great megatropolis covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting with Alliance military when you turned 18. I think I'll give it a second, but I think Spacer, personally, is where I'd like to go with this. Have a all three of these I'd like to experience. I know how Colonist works out because that's what I typically played as when I played Mass Effect before. As for Earthborn, the only time I've done an Earthborn playthrough was when I did my first Renegade Shepard through Mass Effect 1 and 2. As I said, I've played through Mass Effect 3 only twice, technically. The reason I'm not doing Legendary Edition and I'm playing through the original is, well, having just played through it, I wanted to see just how how much mods can add to the game um, to bring it up to that standard. Because there were good changes in that Legendary Edition. Definitely all the graphics enhancements, like the textures, the lighting, were fantastic choices they made. Um, However, I think that with the mods, from what I've seen at least, they can get pretty close to that level anyway. As for the changes in the first Mass Effect that they made in the Legendary Trilogy, there are some I think are really good, and other ones I think are unnecessary, and I actually prefer the old version. Um, so I wanted to run through it again just to see if I did actually prefer the original, or if it's nostalgic goggles. Um, and yeah, so we're here to see just how different it is. But we're going to go with Spacer.
Confirm psychological profile.
Okay, for Sole Survivor, during your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and now you are alone, and now you alone are left to tell the tale. War hero. Early in your military career, you found yourself facing an overwhelming enemy. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. Or ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule: get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, and brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military goes to you first. I don't think I've ever played a ruthless Origin. Both of the others are really interesting, but I'm wondering what it'd be like if I started with Ruthless and then, rather than going Renegade, sort of went towards the side of more Paragon. But I also don't want to go strictly Paragon or Renegade with this playthrough. I want to make the choices that feel right in the moment. Um, So I want to lean more towards a Paragon side, but rather than going, oh, this is a good option, this is a bad option, this is neutral, I want to do what feels right for the moment, with the character we build up here. So I am not sure what everyone else would like to see here. I'm leaning towards Ruthless, but only because I think it could be an interesting juxtaposition. Um, but I'm also very happy with the other two Origins. So I will give everyone a second here, but if you've got a preference, you can pop it in the chat. If not, I'll go with Ruthless. Sorry I don't have a webcam set up at the moment. I mean, it kind of works, I just couldn't get it to do what I wanted. Hopefully in future episodes I'll fix that to a level where it's much, well, basically, in future I hope to get the webcam working completely. Put it in the corner there or whatever. But yeah, okay, so well, we're gonna go Ruthless.
Military specialization.
As for military specialization, I really like playing with biotic stuff. I have mostly played as Vanguard. Infiltrator's usually my second one I go to when playing through these games for second characters. Uh, as for this one, the only ones I know I am absolutely not doing is soldier or engineer. The other four are sort of what I'm leaning towards. But we'll read through the descriptions anyway and see what suits our playthrough. Okay, so soldiers are combat specialists ideal for the front lines of a firefight. Soldiers get improved health and can train in the use of all weapon types. Start with the ability to use medium armor and can specialize in heavy armor. Engineers are tech specialists. Using holographic Omni tool, they can decrypt security systems, repair or modify technical equipment, disrupt enemy weapons or shields, and heal their squad. Engineers can only use light armor and can only receive weapons training for pistols. Adepts are biotic specialists. Through upgradable implants, they can use biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, and disable or destroy enemies. Adepts can only use light armor and only receive weapons training in pistols. Infiltrator. Infiltrators combine tech and combat abilities to specialize in killing or disabling enemies at long range. Infiltrators trained to use Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities rather than healing. They can use pistols or sniper rifles and medium armor. Sentinels. Sentinels combine biotic and tech abilities. Typically, they use biotic abilities and advanced healing skills to defend their allies. They can also disrupt opponents with biotic or tech attacks, and they are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but at the expense of combat. Sentinels can only use light armor and receive no advanced weapon training. And Vanguard. Vanguards are biotic warriors. They combine biotics and weapons to take down opponents and are especially deadly at short range. They use pistols and shotguns and can specialize in medium armor. I think I am leaning towards Sentinel or Adept. Mainly because I know how Vanguards play it. I love playing as a Vanguard, but I've just done that playthrough on Legendary. I didn't stream it, but I did play through it as a Vanguard. I have done an Infiltrator, and I love sniping, and I'll probably pick up snipers anyway for this playthrough, because I have the achievement, so I'll get to pick an extra ability. So I'll probably pick up snipers, sniper rifles, but Sentinel means that I will be able to hack and be able to use decryption or electronics, I think, on anything. Adept's a lot of fun too, but I think I am leaning more towards Sentinel right now. So let's do a Sentinel. And then here is the bonus talents we can pick. Actually, what's the difference here?
Confirm military
Adept.
specialization.
Okay.
Confirm military specialization.
Warp or Singularity, they're both incredibly useful too, but I know I'm going to want more than just a pistol. So, we could grab assault rifles. I think I'm going to lean towards sniper rifles though, and then we're going to create a custom character here. I do have an idea of what we want it to look like. That's okay. let's see. Probably want somewhere around there. Yeah, that's good. What are the complexion options? Oh, that's odd. Oh, that'd be the expanded character creator, I assume, adding those in. But we might stick with the base, I think. Scar, yeah, we absolutely want a scar, let's see. Let's have a large one over the eye, maybe, unless there's another one here that looks good. Yeah, let's do that. Or maybe that'll be a bit distracting in conversations, actually. Let's do that one instead. Something just kind of small and subtle. Okay, and face size. Cheek width. Cheekbones. Okay. Eyes. What's a good eye shape? No. I think default option one's probably the only one there that eye height. Let's see. Yeah, that. Yeah, about there. Eye width. Okay, let's go for. Oh, that didn't slide at all. I like that, I think. Eye depth. Let's see. That seems about right. Brow depth. Not like that. A little bit of protrusion. Probably about there. Brow height. Yeah. Okay, eye color. What do we got? Got a lot of options here, so let's go through them one at a time here and find. Oh, that's interesting. Very white looking eyes. I think we're gonna go with a nice purpley blue color for eye color. Okay, jaw. Let's see. Chin height. Chin depth. Yeah, let's go with that. Chin width. Set it about there. And then too much about there. That seems, no, that's a little bit too much, I think. There we go. That's a nice jaw shape. Mouth. Okay. Oh. No. That one's alright. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Okay, mouth width. That looks good, I think. Maybe a little wider. About there for that. Actually, let's check mouth shapes again. Definitely not, no. That's okay. Yeah, I think we're still sticking with that one. Mouth height. No, I think that's a little too high. Go with maybe that. Yeah. No, I'm trying to get that one. Nose. Okay, nose shape. No, I think number 2 so far. Yeah, number 2 seems like a good nose shape. Nose height. A bit higher, about there, so the mouth doesn't look quite so close. Yeah. Let's go with that. Okay, then hair. Okay, I'm going to want some sort of beard. I don't know what options are added with the expanded character creator. There's not a lot of options. I think we're just gonna go with stubble because there's not a lot of choices there. That's for brow. Let's go with that one, I think. Okay, hair. Oh, there's a lot of choices there. Well, we don't want a hat because and I'm assuming that has to be paired with those custom faces. That looks like the default shepherd hair. So probably gonna not go with the default shepherd hair unless we're changing the face, but I don't think we'll do that. I think that's the only one that's half decent that I've seen so far. Yeah, let's just go with that then. Okay. Hair color. Well, they didn't expand the number of those that are available. There's definitely more in the legendary, but that's fine. I think we'll go with the dark brown. Face hair color. Just shy of black, I think. Yeah, that's a good look. There we go. I think that's our shepherd.
Profile reconstruction complete.
There we go. So, we are Angal Shepherd, we are a spacer, ruthless for reputation, class sentinel, and extra talent is for sniper rifles. Here we go. Yep.
Identification confirmed.
Okay, combat, definitely insanity, auto level up, no. Target assist as low as possible, I don't want assistance. Squad power usage, let's go with defensive. Subtitles, yes. Autosave, yes.
Well, what about Shepard? He's a spacer, lived aboard starships most of his life.
Military service runs in the family. Both his parents were in the Navy.
He got most of his unit killed on Torfin.
He gets the job done, no matter what the cost.
Is that the kind of person we want protecting the galaxy?
That's the only kind of person who can protect the galaxy.
I'll make the call.
In the year 2148, explorers on Mars discovered the remains of an ancient spacefaring civilization. In the decades that followed, these mysterious artifacts revealed startling new technologies, enabling travel to the furthest stars. The basis for this incredible technology was a force controlled the very fabric of space and time. The civilizations of the galaxy call it Mass Effect.
Thrusters, check. Navigation, check. Internal emissions sync engaged. All systems online. Drift, just under 1500K.
1500 is good. Your captain will be pleased.
I hate that guy.
Nihilus gave you a compliment, so you hate him.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead, so that's incredible. Besides, Spectres are trouble. I don't like having them on board. Call me paranoid.
You're paranoid. The Council helped fund this project. They have a right to send someone to keep an eye on their investment.
Yeah, that is the official story. But only an idiot believes the official story.
They don't send Spectres on shakedown runs.
So there's more going on here than the captain's letting on.
Joker, status report.
Just cleared the mass relay, Captain. Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid.
Good. Find a comm buoy and link us into the network. I want mission reports relayed back to Alliance brass before we reach Eden Prime.
Aye, aye, Captain. Better brace yourself, sir. I think Nihilus is headed your way.
He's already here, Lieutenant. Tell Commander Shepard to meet me in the comm room for a debriefing.
You get that, Commander?
I'm on my way.
Is it me or does the captain always sound a little pissed off?
Only when he's talking to you, Joker.
Okay. So, we're going to start by opening the codex, and so most of the secondary codex I won't touch. The primary codex I am going to go through as we pick up new things. However, I know in the secondary codex, tutorials, yeah, we don't need them. We're going to skip through all of them. We don't need that part. Right. Okay. This is the one we're after. Born to a naval family, you spent your childhood on ships and stations. You moved from posting to posting as your parents were reassigned, and it was only natural you would follow in their footsteps by enlisting in the Alliance military when you came of age. After several years of service, you joined the campaign to rid the Skillian Verge of Batarian slavers and other criminal elements. The final battle came when the Alliance forces laid siege to Torfan, a slaver base built miles below the surface of a desolate moon. The superiority of the human fleet was wasted in the assault on the underground bunker, but you led a corps of elite ground troops into the heart of the enemy base. Nearly 3/4 of your own squad perished in the vicious close quarters fighting, a cost you were willing to pay to make sure not a single slaver made it out of Torfan alive. Okay. So with that description, we have a serious problem with slavers, so that is how we're going to play it. To the point where we sort of get blindsided when it comes to dealing with slavers. Anytime we deal with a slaver in this, or something similar, I think we're going to lean on the side of, at any cost, stop them. Other than that, we're going to try and be as good as possible, but we've got a serious issue with slavery. Then we've got the timeline. I'm going to basically, I'll let you read through it. If you want to pause it and then catch up afterwards, you can do that. But I'm going to just give it to you in bits here. So if you want to read through that timeline, you can. Okay, and the last bit of the timeline. There you go. So current date is 2183, and first contact wars happened 20-something years ago. Can't remember precisely, but yeah, the retaliation for the Skillian Blitz was what we fought in, and that was 2178, so only about 5 years ago. Okay, so we're going to minimize that. Got to get used to the fact that the mouse is weird in this game, and it seems to go off the bottom of the cursor instead of the top.
Roughly 1,200 years ago, the Turians were invited to join the Citadel Council to fulfill the role of galactic peacekeepers. The Turians have the largest fleet in Citadel space, and they make up the single largest portion of the Council's military forces. As their territory and influence has spread, the Turians have come to rely on the Solarians for military intelligence and the Asari for diplomacy. Despite a somewhat colonial attitude towards the rest of the galaxy, the ruling hierarchy understands they would lose more than they would gain if the other two races were ever removed. Turians come from an autocratic society that values discipline and possesses a strong sense of personal and collective honor. There is lingering animosity between Turians and humans over the First Contact War of 2157, which is known as the Relay 314 incident to the Turians. Officially, however, the two species are allies, and they enjoy civil, if cool, diplomatic relations. Systems Alliance is an independent supranational government representing the interests of humanity as a whole. The Alliance is responsible for the governance and defense of all extrasolar colonies and stations. The Alliance grew out of the various national space programs as a matter of practicality. Sol's planets had been explored and exploited through piecemeal national efforts. The expense of colonizing entire new solar systems could not be met by any one country. With humans knowing that alien contact was inevitable, there was enough political will to jointly fund an international effort. Still, the Alliance was often disregarded by those on Earth until the First Contact War. While the national governments dithered and bickered over who should lead the effort to liberate Shanxi, the Alliance fleet struck decisively. Post-war public approval gave the Alliance the credibility to establish its own parliament and become the galactic face of humanity.
Okay. And I'm also going to get myself some points in sniper rifles now. Oh, I can't even specialize in pistols. Well, that's going to be interesting then. I thought I could, but apparently not. So, right, we're going to put some points into snipers. Actually, we're going to put one... We're going to focus on charm to start with, because I want to be able to charm my way out of situations. Actually, yeah, we'll put 2 into charm, 1 into intimidate, and then next we'll go for sniper rifles. It's going to be interesting not having any default skills in this stuff. Okay. And journal, which is just speak to the captain. And now we can get moving.
I'm telling you, I just saw him. He marched by like he was on a mission.
He's a Spectre. They're always on a mission.
And we're getting dragged right along with him.
Relax, Presley. You're gonna give yourself an ulcer.
Hey, Presley.
Congratulations, Commander. Looks like we had a smooth run. You heading down to see the captain?
Sounds like you don't trust our Turian guest.
Sorry, Commander, just having a chat with Adams down at engineering. I didn't mean to cause any trouble. But you have to admit, something's odd about this mission. The whole crew feels it.
You think the Alliance brass is holding out on us?
If all we're supposed to do is test out the stealth system, why is Captain Anderson in charge? And then there's Nihilus. Spectres are elite operatives, top covert agents. Why send a Spectre, a Turian Spectre, on a shakedown run? It doesn't add up.
What do you know about the stealth systems?
I just know it masks our location from scans and sensors. Cutting-edge technology. The Normandy's the only ship with this prototype drive. But why are we fully staffed? A skeleton crew would be cheaper. Less chance of security leaks, too. Plus, there's Nihilus. It's pretty obvious this shakedown run is just a cover.
For what?
Damned if I know, Commander. We're out here on false pretenses. I'm not a fan of being left in the dark.
Do you have a problem with the captain?
No, sir. But I can't figure out what he's doing here. Captain Anderson is one of the most decorated Special Forces officers in the service. If he melted down all his medals, he could make a life-size statue of himself. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
Do you have a problem with
that's
the captain?
the wrong
No,
one.
sir. You don't send a soldier like that on a do-nothing mission. He's treating this shakedown run too seriously. Something big is going on.
You don't trust Nihilus?
I don't like Turians in general. It runs in my family. My grandfather fought in the First Contact War. Lost a lot of friends when the Turians hit us.
That was 30 years ago. You can't blame Nihilus for that.
No, I guess not. But it still makes me nervous to have a Spectre on board. Especially a Turian. We're an Alliance vessel, human military, but Nihilus doesn't answer to the captain like the rest of us. Spectres operate outside the normal chain of command, and they don't come along just to observe shakedown runs. Nihilus looks like he's expecting some heavy action. I don't like it.
If his grandfather fought in the First Contact War, then Presley must be a lot younger than he actually looks. If that's the case, then I feel really sorry for him. He's lost his hair, he's gone grey, he's got wrinkles. Like, either his father and grandfather, or his mother and grandfather, whichever side it was on, had him really young, really, really young, in which case, I mean, that kind of has to happen anyway, but, and, you know, maybe his father wasn't part of the military, but his grandfather was, and that would be why he fought in First Contact War. Maybe Presley was still only a teenager, or Presley's younger than he looks.
I'll see if I can get some answers when I see him.
Good luck, Commander.
I grew up on Eden Prime, Doc. It's not the kind of place Spectres visit. There's something Nihilus isn't telling us about this mission.
That's crazy. The captain's in charge here. He wouldn't take orders from a Spectre.
Not his choice, Doc. Spectres don't answer to anyone. They can do whatever they want. Kill anyone who gets in their way.
Oh, you watch too many spy vids, Jenkins.
What do you think, Commander? We won't be staying on Eden Prime too long, will we? I'm itching for some real action.
I sincerely hope you're kidding, Corporal. Your real action usually ends with me patching up crew members in the infirmary.
Marines are meant to fight. You just fix us up when we're done.
I know how things work, Commander. I've seen my share of combat, but it's foolish to go looking for trouble. You could both take a lesson from the captain. He's not afraid of combat, but he knows the value of restraint, too.
Sorry, Doc, but this waiting's killing me. I've never been on a mission like this before, not one with a Spectre on board.
Do your job, follow my orders, and there won't be any problems.
Easy for you to say. You proved yourself on Torfin. Everybody knows what you can do. This is my big chance. I need to show the brass what I can do.
Mission isn't about personal glory, Corporal. We have a job to do. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up.
Don't worry, sir. I'm not going to screw this up.
What can you tell me about Nihilus?
Turians are generally well respected by the other species. Their fleet has more patrols protecting Citadel space than any other. They don't always get on well with us, though. Some people find them too rigid. Others still blame them for the First Contact War. As for Nihilus, I haven't said more than 2 words to him. He usually only speaks to the captain.
I hope we get a chance to see him in action. I heard Nihilus took down an entire enemy platoon all by himself.
What do you know about the Spectres?
Only what I've heard. Spectre agents work directly for the Citadel Council. They usually work alone or in small groups. Spectres don't have any official power, though. Basically, they're a shadow organization with a mandate to preserve and protect galactic stability.
Protect it at any cost. Don't forget that part. Spectres operate above the law.
Why don't we have any of our own people in there?
Spectres usually come from the Council races, like the Turians. We've been trying to get a human accepted into their ranks for years now. So far, it hasn't happened.
Hey, Commander, you'd make a good Spectre. What you did on Torfin, that's what they're looking for. Success at any cost, ruthless efficiency, show no mercy.
I didn't enjoy Torfin. I just did what I had to do.
No, I didn't mean... Sorry, Commander. That just came out wrong. I never meant any disrespect.
This is all just wild speculation. The Spectres aren't interested in recruiting humans, no matter how capable.
How do you control agents with unlimited power?
I suppose the Council could revoke the Spectre status of an agent who got out of hand. At that point, Citadel Security Services would take over.
Those C-Sec grunts wouldn't stand a chance. The Spectres were 20 ordinary soldiers. The Spectres police themselves. An agent goes rogue, they send another agent to take him down. That's Spectre justice.
The Corporal's confusing romantic legends with reality, Commander.
You're from Eden Prime, aren't you, Jenkins? What's it like?
It's very peaceful, Commander. They've been real careful with development so you don't have any city noise or pollution. My parents lived on the outskirts of the colony. At night, I used to climb this big hill and stare across the fields back at the lights from the main settlement. It was gorgeous. But when I got older, I realized it was a little too calm and quiet for me. That's why I joined the Alliance. Even Paradise gets boring after a while.
Any idea why Eden Prime was chosen as our destination?
Not really sure, Commander. Eden Prime's one of our most stable colonies. Good place to take the Normandy for a shakedown run, I guess. No real danger there. There's gotta be something else going on. We've got a Spectre on board. That's why I'm so wound up. I can't wait for the real mission to start.
Cap, captain's waiting for me.
Goodbye.
Okay, let's go speak to the captain. Hello, Nihilus. That looks significantly better.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. It will give...
What about?
I'm interested in this world we're going to. Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
Well, I've not been there, but Jenkins says it's pretty good.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Are you threatening Eden Prime?
Are you trying to scare me, Spectre?
Your people are still newcomers, Shepard. The galaxy can be a very dangerous place. Is the Alliance truly ready for this?
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
Yep, I know that.
I already figured that out.
We're making a pickup on Eden Prime. That's why we needed the stealth systems operational.
There must be a reason you didn't tell me about this, sir.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis. A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
This is big, Shepard. The last time humanity made a discovery like this, it jumped our technology forward 200 years. But Eden Prime doesn't have the facilities to handle something like this. We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
Obviously, this goes beyond mere human interests, Commander. This discovery could affect every species in Council space.
Are we expecting trouble?
I'm always expecting trouble.
There's more, Shepard. Nihilus isn't just here for the beacon. He's also here to evaluate you.
Guess that explains why I bump into him every time I turn around.
The Alliance has been pushing for this for a long time. Humanity wants a larger role in shaping interstellar policy. We want more say with the Citadel Council. The Spectres represent the Council's power and authority. If they accept a human into their ranks, it shows how far the Alliance has come.
I was impressed when I studied the reports from Torfin. A grim business, but you got the job done. That's why I put your name forward as a candidate for the Spectres.
Why would a Turian want a human in the Spectres?
Not all Turians resent humanity. Some of us see the potential of your species. We see what you have to offer to the rest of the galaxy, and to the Spectres. We are an elite group. It's rare to find an individual with the skills we seek. I don't care that you're human, Shepard. I only care that you can do the job.
Just tell me what I have to do.
I need to see your skills for myself, Commander. Eden Prime will be the first of several missions together.
You'll be in charge of the ground team. Secure the beacon and get it onto the ship ASAP. Nihilus will accompany you to observe the mission.
What do you know about the Protheans?
Just what they taught us in school. They were a technologically advanced species that ruled the galaxy 50,000 years ago. Then they vanished. Nobody really knows how or why, though I've heard plenty of theories. But everyone agrees, galactic civilization wouldn't exist without them.
Their citadel is the very heart of galactic society, and without their mass relays, interstellar travel would be impossible. We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
It's a peaceful farming world, but it represents something much bigger. Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It proved we were ready to face the challenges of settling new worlds, to forge a place for humanity beyond Earth. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Why is this beacon so important?
All advanced galactic civilization is based on Prothean technology, even yours.
If we hadn't discovered those Prothean ruins buried on Mars, we'd still be stuck on Earth. That was just a small data cache. Who knows what we can learn from this beacon? What if it's a weapons archive? We can't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Like who?
The Attican Traverse isn't the most stable sector of Citadel space. There are plenty of raiders and criminal groups active in the region. They might figure a Prothean beacon is worth the risk of attacking an Alliance ship. Plus, Eden Prime is right on the border of the Terminus systems.
The Attican Traverse is under Citadel protection. If the Terminus systems attack, it's an act of war.
Technically, yes. But some of the species in the Terminus might be willing to start a war over this.
The last thing the Council wants is to get dragged into a major conflict with the Terminus systems. We have to keep this low-key.
Just give the word, Captain.
We should be getting close to Eden.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down!
We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties. We can't get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need...
Everything cuts out after that. No comm traffic at all. Just goes dead. There's nothing.
Reverse and hold at 38.5.
How does he know the time codes? I don't
Status
see
report.
time code on there.
17 minutes out, Captain. No other Alliance ships in the area.
Take us in, Joker, fast and quiet. Mission just got a lot more complicated.
A small strike team can move quickly without drawing attention. It's our best chance to secure the beacon.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Aging stealth. Somebody was doing some serious digging.
Your team's the muscle in this operation, Commander. Go in heavy and head straight for the dig site.
What about survivors, Captain?
Helping survivors is a secondary objective. The beacon's your top priority.
Approaching drop point 1.
Nihilus, you're coming with us?
I move faster on my own.
Nihilus will scout out ahead. He'll feed you status reports throughout the mission. Otherwise, I want radio silence.
In this case...
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
We are approaching drop point 2.
Ship perimeter secure, Commander.
We got some more codex. Okay. So... Aliens, Council races. No, we already saw that one. So, extinct races.
50,000 years ago, the Protheans were the only spacefaring species in the galaxy. They vanished in a swift galactic extinction. Only the legacy of their empire remains. They are believed to have built the mass relays and the Citadel, which have allowed numerous species to explore and expand throughout the galaxy. Prothean ruins are found on worlds across the galaxy. While surprisingly intact for their age, functioning examples of Prothean paleotechnology are rare. Time and generations of looters have picked their dead cities and derelict stations clean. Some believe the Protheans meddled in the evolution of younger races. The Hanar homeworld of Kajay, for example, shows clear evidence of former Prothean occupation. The presence of a former Prothean observation post on Mars has caused a rebirth of interventionary evolutionists among humans. These individuals believe the god myths of ancient civilizations are misremembered encounters with aliens. Spectres are agents from the Office of Special Tactics and Reconnaissance. and answer only to the Citadel Council. They are elite military operatives, granted the authority to deal with threats to peace and stability in whatever way they deem necessary. They operate independently or in groups of 2 or 3. Some are empathetic peacekeepers, resolving disputes through diplomacy. Others are cold-blooded assassins, ruthlessly dispatching problem individuals. All get the job done one way or another, often operating outside the bounds of galactic law. The Spectres were founded after the Solarians joined the Council. For many years they operated in secrecy as backroom problem solvers. Only after the Krogan rebellions did their activities become publicized. Assignment of a Spectre is less contentious than a military deployment, but makes it clear that the Council is concerned about a situation. Humanity's first contact with an alien race occurred in 2157. At that time, the Alliance allowed survey fleets to activate any dormant mass relays discovered, a practice considered dangerous and irresponsible by Council-aligned races. When a Turian patrol discovered a human fleet attempting to activate a relay, they attacked. One human vessel survived, retreating to the colony of Shanxi. The Turians followed, quickly defeating the local forces. Shanxi was occupied, the first and to date only human world to be conquered by an alien species. The Turians believed the handful of ships they defeated represented the bulk of human defenses, so they were unprepared when the Second Fleet, under Admiral Castany Drescher, launched a strong counter-offensive, evicting them from Shanxi. The Turians mobilized for full-scale war, drawing the attention of the rest of the galaxy. The Council quickly intervened, forcing a truce. Fortunately for humanity, the First Contact War was ended with a diplomatic solution. Terminus systems are located on the far side of the Attican Traverse, beyond the space administered by the Citadel Council or claimed by the Human Systems Alliance. It is populated by a loose affiliation of minor species, united only in their refusal to acknowledge the political authority of the Council or adhere to the Citadel conventions. Their independence comes at a price. The terminus is fraught with conflict. War among the various species is common, as governments and dictators constantly rise and fall. The region is a haven for illegal activities, particularly piracy and the slave trade. At least once a year, a fleet from the terminus invades the nearby Attican Traverse. These attacks are typically small raids against poorly defended colonies. The Council rarely retaliates, as sending patrols into the terminus systems could unify the disparate species against their common foe, triggering a long and costly war.
Okay. I might some stage go through all the secondary codex entries for a separate video, read through it so that you can listen to them. I find them fascinating. Well, I mean, I won't do any of the tutorial ones, but for now we're just gonna put some points into these people. So I need Caden to have some decryption, and it's going to help for him to have first aid. Jenkins, well, I'll probably go with some overkill, and why not do that again. As I said, I'm trying not to spoil things for people. If in any of the comments you intend to, please rethink and do not spoil things for people.
Perimeter clear.
I forgot about the swaying. Is this appearing off screen in the stream as well? Possibly. Okay. I'll have to fix that up later. Oddly enough, yeah, for me, I am seeing things that are off screen a little bit, so I will have to sort that out because it's not awful. I mean, I can tell what's there aside from the word switching is not entirely on screen. I'm going to test out. Yeah, that works fine. Oh, I missed this sprinting. That was removed later in the legendary.
Secured. Ripped right through his shields. You're out of chance.
Well...
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete. But I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
Okay, let's move up the hill. You know what, getting a gun out and firing should... Oh. In that case, you do that. Mine's on cooldown, so I'm just gonna try throwing. This is not great. Let's try and get into some cover here. Okay. There we go.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out.
Heal us
I'll
up.
try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Okay, what happened here with Codex? Is it just secondary? Oh no, we got a primary.
Kinetic barriers, more commonly called shields, provide protection against most mass accelerator weapons. Whether on a starship or a soldier's suit of armor, the basic principle remains the same. Kinetic barriers are repulsive mass effect fields, projected from tiny emitters. These shields safely deflect small objects traveling at rapid velocities. This affords protection from bullets and other dangerous projectiles, but still allows the user to sit down without knocking away their chair. The shielding afforded by kinetic barriers does not protect against extremes of temperature, toxins, or radiation.
Okay. Excellent. Let's keep moving on then. No, I don't want to switch to shotgun. I want to switch to sniper rifle here. Let's see. Missed. That's gotcha. We're going to look around and see if we can find, yep, something like that. Because I think in most of the corners of most maps there are little bits of loot, and metagel's always a handy thing to have. But also, come on, let me sprint. No, apparently I can't do that just randomly. I thought you could do it if you shot your weapon, but apparently not. Well, that's extreme. Nope, I just switched to shotgun again. Trying to compensate for this wobble.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was going to make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
Well, I want to be a bit of a mean person when it comes to Ashley, but at the same time, given the background of this character, he's been through the losing everyone in your squad sort of thing, so...
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Okay.
Lieutenant Alenko and I will take care of this.
Let me come with you, sir. The Geth slaughtered my unit. Give me a chance to get even.
She knows the area, Commander, and we could use the extra firepower.
Just don't forget who's in charge.
Understood, Commander. You give the orders and I'll follow them.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Describe what happened leading up to the attack.
We were sent out a couple of nights ago from the main colony to secure the area. Seemed like a routine patrol, until the Geth hit us. We never knew they were coming.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime, none that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry, like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
Okay. We got some Renegade and some Paragon points. I want to try and let's do that because I want to have full speech options available. There was another mod I was looking at which I might end up putting in, which basically unlocks these a little bit quicker so that you can, you know, put points into them without getting it above a certain level. Given how quick this game is to need you to have high points in it, I might do that because I'm trying to go middle of the line. I know that 2 and 3 are less restrictive. They both require you to get above a certain level of Paragon or Renegade to be good at Persuasion or Intimidate, but rather than having the points themselves, but they do it more gradually over the course of the game, whereas this is the moment you leave the Citadel in this game, not spoiling anything, but it's a particular place you go to very early on. You need to have like 7 points in one or the two to get most options sorted, which is quite a lot when it takes a while to build these up. So that's why I'm considering that mod, and I might still put it in there. More codex.
The Geth are a humanoid race of networked AIs. They were created by the Quarians 300 years ago as tools of labor and war. When the Geth showed signs of self-evolution, the Quarians attempted to exterminate them. The Geth won the resulting war. This example has led to legal, systematic repression of artificial intelligences in galactic society. The Geth possess a unique distributed intelligence. An individual has rudimentary animal instincts, but as their numbers and proximity increase, the apparent intelligence of each individual improves. In groups, they can reason, analyze situations, and use tactics, as well as any organic race. Geth space is located at the trailing end of the Perseus Arm, beyond the lawless Terminus systems. The Perseus Veil, an obscuring dark nebula of opaque gas and dust, lies between their space and the Terminus systems.
Okay. I think that's everything. Yep. Journal. Let's just go find the dig site. Yep. Squad. Now we've got another level for them. So let's see. I want you to have decryption. It's something that I will go to eventually, but for now, it's better for you to have it. Have barrier. Can I get barrier? Yes, I can. Sweet. I'm gonna want that. And you can be a soldier with that. No, hang on. I need you to have at least overkill. Then that, and then yeah, combat armor needs to be gotten up there pretty quick. Okay. And then we're going to quick save and grab this stuff. I am shooting very badly here. There we go. Pistol. Level up. Good. Just for you to know, the reason I'm leveling up so often here is I put a mod on that basically gives experience at a similar rate to what it does in the Legendary Edition. Just because I'd like to hit max level with a single playthrough, so that I max when we're moving into Mass Effect 2 later. Because it makes more sense to me than being limited by level or having to play through this a second time. Okay, so now we've maxed those out, so we're going to... I want 1 point in barrier because it's a very useful ability. And I definitely want some sniper. Okay. upgrade them as well. Electronics, thank you. We're going to give that to you now. You're going to go with shield boost and soldier. No. Assault rifle.
Clear.
And then we're going to quick save. Okay.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
We make for the camp.
It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Okay.
Plan, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Oh, another codex.
Combat hard suits use a dual-layer system to protect the wearer. The inner layer consists of fabric armor with kinetic padding. Areas that don't need to be flexible, such as the chest or shins, are reinforced with sheets of lightweight ablative ceramic. The outer layer consists of automatically generated kinetic barriers. Objects traveling above a certain speed will trigger the barrier's reflex system and be deflected, provided there is enough energy left in the shield's power cell. Armored hard suits are sealable to protect the wearer from extremes of temperature and atmosphere. Standard equipment includes an onboard mini-frame and a communications, navigation, and sensing suite. The mini-frame is designed to accept and display data from a weapon's smart targeting system to make it easier to locate and eliminate enemies.
Okay, and journal. No, it's just more keep pressing on sort of thing. Okay, you'll notice that if you've ever played the original release of this game, the sky is much bluer. That is because in Mass Effect 3, it's shown to be a blue sky, and also in the Legendary Edition they make it blue. So I wanted to bring it closer to that. Also, it didn't quite make sense for it to be as red as it was. So the horizon is still red, showing, you know, all the damage and everything that the Geth here are doing to the planet, and the fires that are raging and all of that, but the sky itself is blue.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh God, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Take them out.
Okay, that's not good. No, not there. On him. That's it. Okay, we're gonna need pistol because I need to fire faster than that. Take down their shields, please. You need to do that. I'm going to barrier. No, I'm going to hit you with sabotage. And then I'm going to barrier. Oh, melee is not a separate button. I forgot that. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. This is very bad. Oh, I got it.
Negative contacts, Commander.
Okay, let's check out inventory. Okay, I'm going to want a better sniper. Probably hammer for now. Actually, you know what? I really need the stability on that gun right now. Okay, as for rounds, we're going to take hammerhead rounds on that sniper, and then our pistol will be anti-personnel rounds. And we want high caliber barrel, so it's hitting a bit harder. Armor. Light armor. So you'll notice, if you've played this game, even the Legendary Edition, the Onyx armor here has a significant amount better stats than standard. That is another mod I put in there. By law, it should be one of the best armors in the game. It's also relatively hard to find in terms of shops and stuff. You know, you can. But honestly, during the playthroughs I've done of this game in the past, I have found Colossus armor more often, which is supposed to be the rarest one. So I thought, you know what, let's put a mod in there to bring Onyx up to where it should be in terms of lore. So the starting armor for Shepard and Caden is likely to be quite a bit better because of that, as you can see. But it's still relatively balanced against Colossus of the same level.
Door. It's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Humans. Thank the Maker. Hurry. Close the door before they come back.
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geths swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
Saren. Nihilus. This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
Okay, pistol is needed. I need you to do that, and then I'm going to... Oh, they're right there, aren't they? Okay. Oh, barrier, please. Oh, that is not hitting the target. That's not either. There we go. I need you to throw them. I don't remember what the commands for the squad are. Okay, that's overheated. I know I'm not very good at shots with this, but right now I'm very bad at shooting with it, apparently. Okay, I need everyone to heal, and you've got them. Excellent. Oh, nice. I was about to do that.
That's it. Bag him and tag him.
Okay.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out. We're not armed.
You're not armed, and I'm not going to shoot you.
Are they gone?
Well, probably not everywhere, but right in the immediate area, yes. Otherwise, I would be getting hit.
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
That's pretty big.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Protean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring. Nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
What kind of packages?
What kind of packages?
I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
No, they're civilians. I'm not going to be mean
We're
to
risking
them.
our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
He might have something to do with this whole attack, Cole. We need his name. It's important.
Yeah, okay, you're right. His name's Powell. Works the docks at the spaceport, if he's still alive.
I have to go.
Good luck.
And I'm going to go into the building you were just in. Combat sensor and stinger. Oh, excellent. Stinger 2, please. Thank you. Good gun, that one. Combat sensor we don't really need just yet. That is the one thing I wish I could do here, is mark these as irrelevant, but I can't, so... Tier 1 stuff is Omnigel, if I'm not using it. Banshee 3 is going to be better for Ashley. Let's give that to her and reduce the Lancer to Omnigel. The Avenger 1 will be Omnigel. Okay. Oh, that was badly timed. Medium armor, that will work for Ashley. Except that it's garbage. Right. Scorpion is not useful right now, so let's get rid of it. Anything else here? I don't need 2 lots of the Reaper. Actually, do I want to give her the Reaper? Sure. There we go. And then I'm going to check combat, recoil dampener. Okay, we're not getting rid of any of that. Let's go. In these corners, not that it looks like. Okay, up these stairs.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
It certainly is. Oh, hello. Radioactive rounds. Yes, please. A pistol can... Oh wait, we got Hammerhead in the pistol. No, we definitely want that. Oh no we don't, we've got... Yeah, radioactive rounds for my pistol, thank you. That means Caden, you can now have the anti-personnel rounds. Ashley, you can have access to Hammerhead rounds. Okay. Now we're going to look at Nihilus's body.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
I need to know how Nihilus died.
The other one got here first. He was waiting when your friend showed up. He called him Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
We were told a Prothean beacon was brought to the spaceport. What happened to it?
It's over on the other platform. Probably where that guy Saren was headed. He hopped on the cargo train right after he killed your friend. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
Your call's contact here on the docks. For the smuggling ring.
What? No! I mean, what does it matter now? So I'm a smuggler, who cares? My supervisor's dead, the entire crew's dead. Doesn't matter now, does it?
Anything hidden nearby that we could use against the Geth?
A shipment of grenades came through last week. Nobody notices if a few small pieces go missing from the military orders.
You greedy son of a bitch. We're out here trying to protect your sorry ass, and all you can think about is how you can rip us off?
I never thought you'd actually need those grenades. Who'd want to attack Eden Prime? We're just a bunch of farmers. How was I supposed to know?
Just give me the grenades.
They're yours. Take them. My smuggling days are over, I swear.
A lot of Marines died here, Powell. Those grenades could have come in handy. If I were you, I'd think of some way to make it up to them.
Yeah, okay. There is something else I was saving. Could be worth a fortune. Experimental technology, top of the line. Take it. I don't need it. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. Really, I'm sorry.
Tell me about the Geth attack.
It was quick. 1 minute that ship was descending, the next. Those Geth were swarming over the platform. Thousands of them. They must have been inside that mothership. They shot anything that moved. It was a massacre.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
Lucky him.
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the beacon?
They brought it here this morning. We loaded it up onto the train and shipped it to the other platform. Hard to believe that was only a few hours ago. Feels like a whole other life.
Tell me about this mothership you saw.
I've never seen anything like it before. It was huge. Landed over near that platform. The whole place got dark as it came down. And it was making this noise, this sound that bored right into your brain. That's what woke me up. The attack came a few minutes later.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Excellent. Okay, so here we go. Make grenades better, which I haven't actually used yet, surprisingly. Okay. Gonna do that, and then we're going to wrong direction again. I want the sniper. Give me my sniper. Thank you. Okay, good. Heal. And then we're gonna come around here. Oh. Is this gonna work from here? Yes. Oh, I missed. Let's try again. Nope. The sway needs to be dealt with. Also, now he's got all his shielding back, so there we go. Okay. That was a miss. And let's see if we can do a bit better. I missed that as well. Gotcha. Ashley catching back up, yep. I'm not going to use the Metagel just yet, because I've only got 4 of it, and I'd like to, and Ashley's health recharges on its own, and mine's not too bad.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
And if you're wondering how lighting like this makes sense with the blue sky, looking at the position of the sun that we just saw, looking at the position of the sun, it's clearly near enough to sunset that the way it shines through the sky would be similar to how it does here on Earth, and you're going to get an orangey red glow from sunset time. Right. Disarming the bombs. And then we're going to take on you, Mr. Geth. And you. Now, early on I'm being a lot more cautious with my gunplay and combat than I will be later, because right now I don't really have the skills to just run in guns blazing, or use most of my, various biotics or tech powers, so I am going to be a bit more cautious right now. That said, I've just disarmed the bombs, so I'm about to head over here and see what I can find, see if there's any loot over here, because I can't remember. So when I do add my camera to this, I'm going to likely put it in the top right, just so I'm not covering up the radar or the health of everyone in the bottom left there. I think that's a good change that the Legendary made, is putting the health in the middle of the screen, but that looks good. Let's see. Oh, and we got high caliber barrel 2. Let's grab that. Okay, we actually picked up some other armor. Survivor is worse than what she's got, and I've got no one else who can use medium armor, so that can go. Heavy armor she can't use yet, but even if she could, I would give it to her. Do we have anything? Toxic seals. Yeah, I don't really care that much about toxic seals. Got none of that. What about rounds? No new rounds. New pistols. Not good. Okay. Oh, you're right there. I missed. Okay, so let's look for some more loot here. Is there any over here? Yes. Armor upgrades, nice. I think we can finally choose one of those for ourselves. Stimulant, cooldown reduction. Having just seen what's been happening, that'd be very useful. But damage protection is also good, but we're going to take cooldown reduction for ourselves. We're going to give you some damage protection, because I'm not likely to keep bringing Ashley out with me, because your abilities suck. So we'll take her as long as we have to, and then we'll leave her behind. Okay, hacking, minigames, and I missed the thing. There we go. New sniper rifle, new pistol, new assault rifle. So let's see. Did I just see codex? Yes I did, so we'll look at that shortly too. Ash, nope. Well, I'll take the new assault rifle, and we'll get rid of the old one. The new pistol is... no thank you. It's worse on every count than the Stinger. Reaper 2. Well, you're using Reaper 1, you can take Reaper 2, then we'll scrap Reaper 1. Okay, and there's that. Okay, codex time.
After the Geth secure a location, they round up and impale dead and living bodies on mechanical spikes. The spikes rapidly transform these victims into withered husks, extracting water and trace minerals, and replacing them with cybernetics. The cybernetics reanimate the lifeless flesh and tissue, transforming the bodies into mindless killing machines. Some Alliance soldiers refer to the husk-generating spikes as dragon's teeth, a reference to the mythological berserkers who sprang up from the earth wherever the teeth of the dragon Eris were planted. Dragon's teeth and husks bear little resemblance to other pieces of Geth technology. No one is sure why a synthetic race would bother to drain the minuscule amount of recoverable resources from organic corpses, though the value of reusing them as shock troops is obvious.
Right. Well, I know what the journal says. Apparently I've leveled up though, so I'm going to put some more into snipers because I need that accuracy to improve drastically. Sentinel, reduces cooldown times, increases pistol damage and accuracy. Well, I need that. Okay. High caliber barrel 1. What did I give Caden for his pistol? No, Caden's. Nothing. Well, you can have that. Then we're gonna check phasic rounds. Oh, I do like my phasic rounds. They're very useful. Not right now. Yeah, I'll keep what I've got. They good? Nope. No. We'll give you the scimitar. Which means we get rid of that. Okay, and then we're gonna save it here and take a look at the Prothean beacon.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Shepard!
No, don't touch him. It's too dangerous.
Well, there was some interesting images to just see.
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy, a human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like I got knocked out by a beacon while wearing armor and have woken up wearing my regulation uniform. So, who changed my clothes while I was unconscious? And would it not have been easier to put me in some sort of medical gown rather than try and put new clothes on me if you really had to get below the armor? Which, judging off of what happened, I don't think you needed to examine me that thoroughly, so If it was you, Ash, I'm gonna be really annoyed, because I never gave you permission for anything.
How did I end up here? How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
I expect better of my people, Williams. You endangered our entire mission.
Don't be so hard on her, Commander. We have no idea if that's what actually set it off. Unfortunately, we'll never get the chance to find out.
The beacon exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death? Destruction? Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh, Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
I don't think so.
I don't want her on my ship.
I'm the captain of this ship, Commander, and I want Williams on our crew.
Very well.
Intel dropped the ball, sir. We had no idea what we were walking into down there. That's why things went to hell.
The Geth haven't been outside the Veil in 2 centuries, Commander. Nobody could have predicted this.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
Jenkins wasn't your fault. You did a good job, Shepard.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
The Geth would have wiped out the whole colony if I hadn't stopped them.
I'll stand behind you and your reports, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
Why?
He thinks we're growing too fast, taking over the galaxy. A lot of aliens think that way. Most of them don't do anything about it. But Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how, I don't know why. I only know it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
I saw a vision, but it seems it was too garbled.
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna let that happen, so... You're right, I think is more... I'll stop him, or you're right. Oh, that's also appropriate.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
Understood, sir.
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
Okay. First, I'm gonna go to the Codex again. Just secondary at the moment. What about primary? Anything? Yeah.
The Citadel is an ancient deep space station, presumably constructed by the Protheans. Since the Prothean extinction, numerous species have come to call the Citadel home. It serves as the political, cultural, and financial capital of the galactic community. To represent their interests, most species maintain embassies on the Presidium, the Citadel's inner ring. The Citadel Tower in the center of the Presidium holds the Citadel Council chambers. Council affairs often have far-reaching effects on the rest of the galactic community. 5 arms, known as the wards, extend from the Presidium. Their inner surfaces have been built into cities, populated by millions of inhabitants from across the galaxy. The Citadel is virtually indestructible. If attacked, the station can close its arms to form a solid, impregnable shell. For as long as the station has existed, an enigmatic race called the Keepers has maintained it.
Okay. And then we got to speak to Joker when we're ready. But for now, let's explore our ship. First we'll grab some of that, because we'll need that. Oh, and it gave us a codex for it. Excellent.
Medigel is a common medicinal salve used by paramedics, EMTs, and military personnel. It combines several useful applications: a local anesthetic, disinfectant, and clotting agent all in one. Once applied, the gel is designed to grip tight to flesh until subjected to a frequency of ultrasound. It is sealable against liquids, most notably blood, as well as contaminants and gases. The gel is a genetically engineered bioplasm created by the CERTA Foundation, a medical technology megacorp based on Earth. Technically, Medigel violates Council laws against genetic engineering, but to date, it has proved far too useful to ban.
Okay.
Hey, Commander.
Hey, you.
After what happened to Jenkins, the crew could use some good news.
You
They'll
didn't
be glad
know.
to hear you're okay.
That's interesting.
Sounds like you're disappointed I survived.
I never want to see anything bad happen to a fellow Marine, Commander. Let's just leave it at that.
You have a problem with me, Chief?
You questioned my competence through the entire mission.
Best way to stop that is to show me you're competent. But I don't remember inviting you to come back to the ship with us.
You didn't. Captain Anderson did.
I think we got off on the wrong foot, Williams. Maybe we could start again.
I'm not one to hold a grudge. I think we're all looking to put Eden Prime behind us.
I need to go speak with Joker.
Goodbye, Commander.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
Did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth, or maybe taking a position at one of the new med centers out in the colonies. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
What do you know about Captain Anderson?
I've served with him for a few tours now. He knows when to let things slide and when to crack the whip. The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll ever run into. And he cares about the people under his command.
How well do you know the lieutenant?
I'd never worked with him before this mission. But he has an impressive service record, over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though. Maybe because of the headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, most biotics now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2 configuration. Sometimes there are complications.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities, insanity, crippling physical pain. There's a long list of horrific side effects. Caden's lucky. He just gets migraines.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily want to be stuck with insanity or crippling physical pain.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I should go. Technology, biotic. Yep, well, we are biotic because we are a sentinel.
Biotics is the ability of rare individuals to manipulate dark energy and create mass effect fields through the use of electrical impulses from the brain. Intense training and surgically implanted amplifiers are necessary for a biotic to produce mass effect fields powerful enough for practical use. The relative strength of biotic abilities varies greatly among species and with each individual. There are 3 branches of biotics. Telekinesis uses mass-lowering fields to levitate or impel objects. Mass-raising kinetic fields are used to block or pin objects. Spatial distortion uses rapidly shifting mass fields to shred objects. Most organic species are capable of developing biotic abilities, though there are risks involved. Biotics are the result of an in utero exposure to element 0. This usually causes fatal cancers in the victim, but in rare cases, it coalesces into nodules within the fetus's developing nervous system.
Right. So I think, based on our backstory and who we've been so far, I think Shepard, our Shepard, was a sniper during the Torfan encounter. With how I'm going with the gameplay and everything, his squad decided to storm into a place where he couldn't cover them, and they were wiped out, and he picked off the others when they popped, and he either picked them off with a sniper rifle, or when he heard them under attack, he ran in and unleashed some biotic attack over the rage he was feeling at the loss of his squad.
Glad to see you're okay, Commander.
Yep, you too. This, I believe, is the captain's quarters. Anything is Anderson.
Go speak to Joker when you're ready.
Okay.
Tell him to bring the Normandy into dock.
Now, before we do that, I'm going to go down a level in this ship, and we're going to go check out well, that's interesting. Okay. Alliance Requisition Officer.
Looking
Hello.
for some extra supplies before you head out?
Yeah, maybe.
What have you got?
Whatever you want. Armor, weapons, mods. It's not standard Alliance issue, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, as long as you don't mind paying for it.
Why should I pay you for my weapons and armor?
My stuff doesn't come from the Alliance. I have to purchase it myself, and it's not cheap. Hell, the licenses alone have set me back more than I'd like. But no licenses, no goods. Without the goods, I'm out of a job.
What are licenses? Why do you need them?
Manufacturers sell licenses. Each license allows me to buy and sell a certain brand of products. I already have several basic ones, but you'll need to buy more if you want me to bring in different brands. Many of the best licenses are hard to get, but they're well worth the cost if you can find them.
What do the different manufacturers offer?
There are too many for me to keep track of, but each license will explain what it's good for.
How often will you get new items?
Well, that depends on how many licenses you've purchased, but I'll rotate items on a regular basis regardless. And anytime we land someplace with a big enough port, I'll buy, sell, and trade whatever I can. Check back often. I need to move items quickly, so only the most basic items will be stocked consistently.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Okay, let's see. What is that? A fine-grained differential analysis of local seismic and atmospheric data enables the detection of large organic forms in proximity of a planned landing site. It was recently developed and meant to equip future recon teams. Oh! I guess that's one of the mods, to show where thresher maws are. Well, for those of you who don't know what thresher maws are, I am not going to buy it yet because the surprise is a lot more fun. But after we've at least encountered one or two, we'll grab that because that'll be very useful. But I'm glad that that's not a default thing, that you actually have to buy scanning upgrades for it to do that. That is fantastic. I thought it was going to be by default. Well, for now, how much is these? 200. I haven't used grenades, but I do need more medic gel. But I will need more grenades as well, so we'll pick that up. And as for armor, we'll leave them for now. Excellent. Oh, codex. Hello, technology.
Biotic Omni tools are handheld devices that combine a computer microframe, sensor analysis pack, and manufacturing fabricator. Versatile and reliable, an Omni tool can be used to analyze and adjust the functionality of most standard equipment, including weapons and armor, from a distance. The fabrication module can rapidly assemble small three-dimensional objects from common reusable industrial plastics, ceramics, and light alloys. This allows for field repairs and modifications to most standard items, as well as the reuse of salvaged equipment. Omni tools are standard issue for soldiers and first-in colonists.
Okay. We're going to head back here now. Have a speak. Nice conversation with Engineer Adams.
Shame about Jenkins, Commander. Shame about Jenkins.
Yes. Leroy Jenkins died very quickly.
Biotics is when subjected to an electrical current, the rare material dubbed Element Zero, or EZO, emits a dark energy field that raises or lowers the mass of all objects within it. This mass effect is used in countless ways, from generating artificial gravity to manufacturing high-strength construction materials. It is most prominently used to enable faster-than-light space travel. EZO is generated when solid matter, such as a planet, is affected by the energy of a star going supernova. The material is common in the asteroid debris that orbits neutron stars and pulsars. These are dangerous places to mine, requiring extensive use of robotics, telepresence, and shielding to survive the incredible radiation from the dead star. Only a few major corporations can afford the setup costs required to work these primary sources. Humanity discovered refined Element Zero at the Prothean Research Station on Mars, allowing them to create Mass Effect fields and develop FTL travel. Element Zero can increase or decrease the mass of a volume of space-time when subjected to an electrical current. With a positive current, mass is increased. With a negative current, mass is decreased. The stronger the current, the greater the magnitude of the dark energy mass effect. In space, low-mass fields allow FTL travel and inexpensive surface-to-orbit transit. High-mass fields create artificial gravity and push space debris away from vessels. In manufacturing, low-mass fields permit the creation of evenly blended alloys, while high-mass compaction creates dense, sturdy construction materials. The military makes extensive use of mobility-enhancing technologies, with Mass Effect utilizing fighting vehicles standard frontline issue in most military forces. Mass Effect fields are also essential in the creation of kinetic barriers or shields to protect against enemy fire.
Okay. Right, we're gonna go speak with Joker and bring the Normandy into dock with the Citadel. After which, we're probably going to end the stream there. So thank you for joining me on this first episode, and we will continue this. You know what? We might do it before we speak to Joker, so that we know that's the first thing we're going to do with the next episode. But thank you for joining me on this first stream of Mass Effect. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we will continue this in the future. Ideally, I would like to do a bit of streaming each day, so it won't be tomorrow, most likely, as tomorrow will be returning to... Well, actually, it might be tomorrow. I am going to have a speak with my players about tomorrow's Stargate role-playing game session, as we will not have a full complement, so I'm going to speak with them and see what they want to do in regards to that. If we can get enough on board with it, we still will run it, otherwise I will stream this instead. But thank you for joining me. Let's do a hard save here, first one. And yeah, so thank you for joining me for Mass Effect. We're going to, continue this later. Oh, that didn't work. Going to continue this either tomorrow or on Tuesday at a similar time. And yes, have a good evening, morning, day, whatever time it is there for you.